Hi everyone, today we're making mung bean soup. Welcome to Cook Vegan, my name is Farah and I'm going to walk you through this step by step. Now this recipe, guys, is delicious. If you haven't tried mung beans before or you get a bit worried when you see them, lots of people ask me about them, they are so easy to make, they're so nutritious and they taste amazing. Every place I've been to and I've taken this soup, people love it. Whenever people come to the house and kids and fussy kids, they still eat this. So let me just show you what we're doing here. So I've already heated this pan, our nice soup pan here, and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. Now I'm not really measuring this, I'm just putting a bit in like that, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan here and get nice and warm. And I've got here, everything's already ready. So this is one whole white onion, it's cut in very small pieces like this, if you can see. And also, I'd say this is about a 3 centimeter chunk of ginger, maybe a little bit more actually. So again, I always say it depends on what you like. Definitely use the onion. Ginger, we love ginger. It's so good, especially now in these crazy times. We need all the antioxidants we can get. So keep on adding your ginger to everything. And we've got 2 cloves of garlic here. So I'm just going to add that now to the pan. You can hear that sizzling away. I've got coriander here, that's about 2 tablespoons, but that's for later on. So I'm just going to add that in and let the olive oil coat it. You can come and have a look and see what we're doing here. So there we go, it's just enough olive oil to coat it all, and I'm sauteing that while stirring it constantly. I don't want anything to get burnt or stick, but equally we want it all to be nice and soft and all the flavors to come out. So there we go there. I always get asked, actually I was at the supermarket the other day and I was buying some mung beans, and the lady behind said, oh, you know, why are you buying these? Or what do you do with them? And I know that a lot, in Limassol we have a lot of Russians as well, and I know Russian people love soup, so you know, a lot of people are asking me. Cyprus people like soups, but when it's definitely when it's cooler than it is now. But us in our house, we tend to have soups throughout the year. Even when it's really hot, they're still such a nutritious, filling, nice either appetizer or as a main meal. But we tend to have them accompanying our main meal, whatever else we're having. So we always make other things. So do check out the other videos we have as well. So that is now, I'm just going to try and put that up a little bit, so that it heats up a little bit quicker and I don't keep you guys waiting. As I said, this is a real-time video. So actually we're going to make this so quickly, you won't believe how quickly this soup can be made. Now Cook Vegan is very much about real food. It's real people making real food. Obviously I'm real, and this is not my main job. I'm actually in charge of a very big hotel and marina here in Limassol, Cyprus. But I love food and I love making nutritious, healthy meals for all the family. So this is a great way of having all your nutrients in all the recipes we make, and they tend to be quick because we're busy people. The world is moving, we have to run around. So we need quick, nice meals, and there's nothing to say that healthy food doesn't have to, well, rather healthy food takes a long time to make. No, it doesn't. You can do a lot of healthy food super quickly. So, and I will show you how quickly it can be made. So there we go, this is all sizzling in the pan, nicely as you can see. And a reminder to you all, I do say this in a lot of my videos, should you want to go oil-free, whether that's because you're worried about your heart or your cholesterol, or you're just wanting to lose weight and avoid oil, whatever your feelings on that are, you can always just use a little bit of vegetable stock while you're sauteing, or white wine. Or even just water. So yeah, now this is all coming along very nicely there. So I'll cut that like that. And now guys, I'm going to add my carrots. Now this is 1 cup here of also diced carrots. So that could be 1 very large carrot or a couple of medium-sized ones. Again, all of these quantities are approximate. You can see what you like, you can see what you have available in your house. You don't have to stress too much about, oh my goodness, you know, I've only got 2 small carrots, I can't make this soup. No, you can always improvise. And if you like something else, you can always try adding it. That is the fun thing about cooking, and that's how I started cooking. Just having fun and enjoying it and imagining what would taste good, what herbs go in. And so if you just have fun with cooking, you usually can't go wrong. And if you do, just laugh. Just laugh it over. It really doesn't matter. So I'm stirring that in. Now in general, I always try and put carrots in a little bit earlier before other vegetables. This soup actually doesn't have other vegetables, but I always try and put onions and then carrots, just so that the carrots don't stay al dente when whatever you're making is finished, because they do tend to take a little bit longer. So I'm just going to keep stirring that for a few more seconds, and I'll just put that nicely at the bottom of the pan. So there we go. Do that and then stir it around. Perfect. Suddenly feeling very self-conscious of my nails. They're not painted today, and they normally are, but it is what it is. We're, I hope, not on our way to a second lockdown. So guys, we all need to be super careful now. So do wear your mask when you go out. Take your hand sanitizers and wash your hands as frequently as possible. And remember everyone, if you're watching this during the pandemic that's going around the world, just be careful and try and avoid unnecessary gatherings where you can. Let's try and nip this one in the bud for the second time round. So we all went through lockdown the first time, and now many countries are going through it again. So this is why I'm really concentrating on cooked vegan and bringing you super healthy, super nutritious and immune boosting recipes that are easy to make and actually, guys, not expensive. A lot of people think being vegan is expensive. It's not. And a lot of people think I'm not vegan, that's not for me. No, this is for you as well. Anyone can have vegan food. Even if you're a meat lover, you can have a soup as a starter that has no animal products in it, or you can have a meal here and there that is plant-based. That's already doing your bit for sustainability and the planet, and of course helping animals out along the way, and it's good for your body. So it's a win-win, and that's what I'm trying to do here on Cook Vegan, is just spread this vegan love, this vegan message on just being healthy and happy to everyone. You don't all have to be vegan. If you are, that's great, but if not, then just try. Have a meat-free Monday. Okay, so I digress as we're cooking. So that's all come out really nicely now. So now, guys, I'm just going to add, I could put the herbs in, but I'll put the mung beans in. This is 5 cups of cooked mung beans. So, oh, it's quite hot. Now the mung beans, I just cook those very easily. Just add here about 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Again, this is according to your taste. And the same thing for the salt. As you can see, I tend to reuse loads of jars here. So the salt, this is Himalayan salt. You could also add your sea salt. And again, I'm just putting a very small amount in, maybe even less than 1/4 teaspoon. We have young kids in the house, and we try and avoid, oh, let's stir that, too much salt. So there we go. And as I said, all these recipes are super good if you're a busy mum or dad and need to get something ready for your kids. And especially this one, they love. So I'm just putting down the heat there, so that's on a medium heat now. And I'm going to add, here we go, this is cumin. So everything I'm going to do here is half. Again, if you like a bit more, you can put in a bit more. So we've got here, that's about 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. And I've read recently, everyone, I mean, cumin, as you know, it's a delicious spice, but it's also super good if you are trying to boost your metabolism. Okay, and also helps aid weight loss. So here, that's another about 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Delicious. Bring out all the flavouring there. So just stir that in. There we go. It smells so good. And here we have cinnamon. So also about the same again. Now, if you've seen our other videos, how to make black-eyed beans or other beans, we always put cinnamon in. It's such a nice spice, and can also help lower your blood sugar levels. Not that I have to say I'm worried about that, but it's just good to know. And yeah, super good. So I put those spices in there and herbs. If you do fancy something else, you can always try it. So now I'm going to add, ideally I would add a can of coconut milk. So that's thicker, it will become creamier. But this is a complete example, guys, of do what you have in your cupboard. Not only are we busy parents, busy professionals, busy people, not to say if you don't work you're not busy, if you're not a parent you're not busy, but you know, life is what it is. So we try and be as organized as we can, but you know, sometimes we don't have stock in our house. So we've actually run out now of coconut milk. So what I've done is I've used another plant-based milk. We always have a big selection at home. And today I'm using, it was about 400, so 2 cups, 400 milliliters of soya milk. Again, we could have used oat milk, even almond milk, but coconut milk is the nicest, and especially the canned one because it's thicker and it's so nice in soups. So I'm just gonna now put the temperature up on this a bit to bring that to boil. And while that's soaking up all the flavors there, I've got my water here. Now again, you could put hot water, it will be maybe even quicker. So that's coming to boil there. I'll just stir that in now. Again, just for like 30 seconds, just to make sure that the flavor, I would say the coconut flavor, but in this case, the plant-based milk is going in. And now I'm gonna add our water. So now this is, let me see what we've got here. We have 600 ml of water. So I'm gonna add this. I'm not gonna put it all just yet. Now this again is optional, how much you like. Whether you like very watery soups, more liquidy, and then to have the texture coming through, or whether you want a thicker soup that's almost a bit more like a stew. Now what's really, really nice about this particular soup, I always say it's nice to make more of something, do it once and then you have it for 2 days. So I love doing that with soups, having chunky vegetable soups and then eating that one day and the next day just whipping it in the blender, and then you've got a smoother soup, maybe adding some herbs, and you've cooked once and you have 2 meals and the family are all happy. In this case, this is actually a delicious soup, but it also doubles up as a stew. So we tend to have it as a nice soup one day, and if there is any leftovers, because not always, most of the time everybody downs it in this house, but if there are any leftovers, maybe the first day we've used a lot of the liquid anyway in our soups, or we can just drain that off, and then we take the mung beans out and we put it on top of rice or another grain, and it becomes like a stew. And of course, beans on grains, one of the healthiest things you can have. You get your complete protein there, all your amino acids and everything. So there's a reason why in the Middle East we also have a lot of things like lentils with rice and stuff like that. I've got here 1 stock cube. Again, if you're using the powdered form or you've got your homemade stock, then it's about the equivalent. My hands are clean as I do this, obviously. And now I'm going to stir that in. There we go. And you can see it's got this beautiful milky colour. And all the spices, it just smells amazing. And I'll remind you all, if anyone has any comments or any questions, do just comment below this video. So you can just comment down on the YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and put your comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them personally. So and let you know what we do at home or any tips I have, or if you've got any other ideas, I'm always happy to hear that and share.